Welcome back to RealTimeRants. I'm here with another special guest, my man Lowkey. If you don't know who he is, he's pretty poppin'. If you ask me, I've been following his social media for a little bit, and luckily I was blessed enough through the Howard connection to get a sit down with my man. So here we are. Lowkey, would you like to tell us about yourself real quick? Where are you from?
Long story short, from New Jersey.
Okay.
Went to Howard University, graduated in 06 with a broadcast journalism degree. And now, I'm a Beats One personality, host Trap Karaoke, co-host of Henny Palooza, founder of You Heard That New, the website that's been around for about 10 years. Part of the NMC, and host extraordinaire, influencer, I don't know if you want to call it that, whatever.
Hey, throw it on there, man. You got to follow it.
So it's about, four little segments that I do in my life, but just trying to figure it out. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy, man. You just named a whole list of shit. Nothing crazy.
Sometimes you gotta be humble and sit down.
All right. I got you. I see it. Real music man. A real man in the music. So since we're talking about all that, Trap Karaoke, how did that come about? If y'all don't know what it is, it's a great party.
Trap,
it's a great time.
Trap Karaoke came about with my man Jason Malwatt, Della. They approached me about 2 years ago, and they was like, "Yo, we got this party we want you to host." It was pretty much that, and karaoke is a very, very, a huge staple in entertainment, atmosphere in America.
It makes it fun.
You know what I mean? Like, you go to these karaoke bars and you performing Prince, you performing Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, Queen, all that shit, but you're not performing Migos, you're not performing Hov, you're not performing Outkast. So my two main guys came in and said, "Yo, we're gonna do a karaoke party for the people that look like us, for the people that listen to the music like us." And we took it to Brooklyn, phenomenal. We took it to Manhattan, phenomenal. The third time we did it, we took it to DC, phenomenal. And
that was when I saw that I heard about, and I was like, "Damn, they gotta come to LA."
We did Blind Wine. It was our first traveling city, and since then we've been doing Houston. We did Atlanta 3 times.
Wow, what was Atlanta like?
Atlanta was crazy because we had Pastor Troy come out.
Wow.
Right, and then we did New Orleans. We had Mandy Fresh come out.
Nice.
And then we did LA. Even though Yo Gotti's not from LA, we did Yo Gotti in LA. And then we did
J305 came out.
Yeah. But then we did North Carolina with Petey Pablo.
How does he look now? What's he doing?
Same way. He looked the same way. Still stocky, still, energetic, whatever.
Wow.
But we're doing this party for our people so they can, release, let go, have fun.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not about us. It's about the consumer. It's about the experience. It's a consumer-generated concert. So, Trap Karaoke is one of the biggest things that we're doing. Henny Palooza is the biggest thing I've ever done. That's why we out here. That's why I'm talking to y'all niggas.
I love it.
We did the Velasco Theater, 2,000 people, sold the fuck out. We're going to Atlanta in 2 weeks. We're going to St. Thomas in 3 weeks. We're going to Coney Island in 4 weeks. Like,
wow.
Henny Palooza.
Are you weekly right now?
We're monthly.
Monthly?
Bi-monthly. 2 months. Two times a month.
But it's a tour now.
It's been a tour.
So how did Henny Palooza come about? If I'm not mistaken, I first went to my first one in DC though.
That was the first time. Again, DC has been one of the most pivotal cities that Trap Karaoke and Henny Palooza has ever been to. I went to school in DC in Howard University. So the first time we did Henny Palooza in DC, when we were traveling, I was hosting Yard Fest at Howard University.
Shout out to the Mecca.
So the connection was already there. Yeah. So, Henny Palooza is a big part of my life. Shout out to, Cam, shout out to Chris Fox, shout out to Cash, shout out to Brady, shout out to Chris Styles, Rory, all my niggas that are here. That's why we're in this house right now. Shout out to all those niggas. But Henny Palooza has been a big part, an intricate part of my hosting career because we've traveled the country and people have seen and can see who I am and the people that we bring to the table. That's amazing. You know what I mean? So that's why we're here. That's why you're talking to me right now.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, how did that come about? How did you realize,
honestly, long story short, one of the main DJs that's part of the Henny Palooza crew right now, Mac Dot from TwoDopeBoys.com, he was hosting a party at.
He's really good.
He's very, very.
He's really good.
He was hosting a party at. It's on Lafayette. a big vein. It just closed down, and he was like, "Yo, just come support." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like I'm there, so I'm there, and the original host that was doing the shit with him, he left.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm on stage with Mac, just chilling. Like, all right, like I'm here supporting you, whatever. He was like, "Yo, just talk for like 5 minutes. Like I don't talk. Like just talk for 5 minutes while I switch over."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What you want me to say?" He's like, "Yo, just talk to him." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like I'm drunk at this point. I'm like, "All right, whatever." Like
Yeah.
So 5 minutes, I'm just talking like, "Yo, Mac Don from Two Dope Boys," and like whatever. I ain't saying shit that's important, whatever.
Yeah.
So when he get his music right, the music come on, Michael Jackson, like we in there grooving.
Wow.
So I'm in there just having fun, like Michael Jackson, like 80s shit, we in fucking, New York City, and we go on for like 2 hours. Like that shit goes on for like a 2-hour straight segment. So like, all right, like, I gotta get out of here. Like my bus coming in like 30 minutes, I gotta go. So I'm getting off the stage, like people come to me like, "When's your next party?" Like, yo,
that's a great feeling.
Y'all
that's a great feeling.
When your next party? I'm like, nigga, I don't just helping my man. He was like, "Nah, y'all dope shit." So I think at that point, that's when I knew, like, all right, then I got to try it out. Let me try this shit out. So
Damn. Okay, that's really dope.
Yeah, it was like some fun,
That's really dope.
unexpected shit.
So now you're somebody in this music game. I know, like, from following your feed, we're gonna put it up for y'all, by the way. Your timeline, bro, I've seen countless, all types of sounds. It just, your ear for music is kind of crazy. It's like, does everything interest you? Or is it more so like, I want y'all to check this out and let me know how y'all feel?
I mean, honestly, like, it's me being a fan and then trying to be a person of influence. I don't like being that right side, like the person of influence. I just like being a fan of the music. But the fact that I have this Beats One job, it exposes me to a lot of different cultures around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just not dealing with culture in New York City, not dealing with culture in LA, not dealing with culture in Texas. Like, now I'm exposed to shit in Brazil. Now I'm exposed to shit in London.
Wow.
I'm exposed to shit from Tokyo. You feel like Nigeria, like that type of shit. So like, I'm not like, shouts to everybody that I've been exposed to. So that's like one of the biggest blessings.
Have you been to all these places?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I have not. But that's one of the biggest things, because when I do go to these places, I can relate and I know who's who and what's what. So I don't want to look at it like I'm a connoisseur of everything that's around us, but I know what's what. I know the UK niggas, I know the Nigerian niggas, I know the niggas in Australia, I know the niggas in Miami. Like, because we're playing these records, we have to.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
you hear a lot.
Yeah, I hear
a lot.
I hear everything.
Does that get overwhelming at all?
At times, but like this is your job.
Are you ever burnt out? Like, I don't want to hear no more.
I'm burnt out every night.
I don't want to hear no more music today.
I'm burnt out every fucking day, but at the same time, I used to work for a hotel business. I used to work for Doubletree Hotel.
Oh, wow.
And I was burnt out by the fucking corporate American niggas coming up to me, talking to me like I wasn't shit. That's what I was burnt out.
It's hard. I'm learning every day.
That's what I was burnt out by that.
It sucks.
So now that I have this to be burnt out, like, I'd rather be burnt out by hosting, by being tired, by going to city to city, as opposed to being taught like I don't have a college degree, like I don't matter.
It's ridiculous.
That's why I'd rather be burnt out by this than that.
They belittle you every chance they get.
Every time.
There be people like you're way above.
In the hospitality industry, you're always wrong. The customer is always right. If you ever work in hospitality, whether it's food, whether it's service, whether it's hotel, whatever, you're always wrong. Yeah. Like, the customer is always right. So you have to take that L. You have to look like the fool. You have to look like the bitch. Yeah, they can come in and be wrong of any circumstance. And you have to sit there and bite it. Wow. And I had to deal with that shit for 2 years.
2 years?
2.5 years.
Wow.
2.5 years.
The grind is real.
The grind is stupid.
It's real. People really be having journeys and nobody really ever knows. That's
no one talks about
I'm always curious on hearing people's journey more so now. It's like, it's real people doing real things. You know what I mean? So it's like,
that's how you humble yourself.
You think they're on this pedestal out of nowhere, bro. You have no idea what they have going. No idea.
And I'm very acceptive. I'm very receptive to the journey that I've been through. And I'm very, very appreciative to what I've been through, who I've met, what I've experienced. Like, I wouldn't trade. I'd do it all again tomorrow if I had to.
That's real.
And I respect it. That's what makes you. That what makes you who you are. So.
Yeah. So I got a little segment.
Okay.
I'm starting out. It's called Rapid Rant.
Okay.
Because we on this You know, we on Real Time Rants.
I respect it.
So I'm gonna give you 2 topics.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a minute.
Okay.
And the first things that come to mind,
Just
go ahead and spit for me.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna start. So the first segment, I'm gonna ask you your thoughts on hip hop today.
My thoughts on hip hop today
Go ahead.
are very, very diverse. First off, I have everything is not kumbaya. Everything is a competition in life. Whether it's music, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's financial, whether it's whatever it is, it's a competition. So if you're coming into this game, don't look to be friends with everybody. Don't look to collaborate with everybody. Your goal,
it's a sport.
Your goal is to be the best and the only one at the top. Don't collaborate. Everybody's not going to make a Watch the Throne. Everybody's not going to make a collaborative album. You are your only legacy. Not you and your boy, not you and your girl, not you and your team. You are the legacy. That's why we talk about Tupac. That's why we talk about Snoop. That's why we talk about Dre. That's why we talk about Big. That's why we talk about Jay. That's why we talk about all the Puff. We talk about all these niggas. Trick Daddy, Rick Ross, Pimp C, Bun B, Outkast, all these niggas. We talk about them as a solo set. Hip hop is a solo game. Whoever wins the most points is the best. It's not a team sport. You have your teams, you have your bad boys, you have your, your death rows, you have your Rockefellers, you have all these niggas. But at the end of the day, we're talking about one person. We're talking about Jay, we're talking about Pop, we're talking about Big, we're talking about Nas, we're talking about Boss, we're talking about
Timeless too.
we're talking about these niggas.
Timeless.
So when you come into this game, make sure you're doing it for yourself.
Wonderful.
You come into life by yourself, you leave by yourself. And that's it.
And our second thing I'm gonna ask you, fake bodies, plastic surgery on women, throw you off real quick.
Listen, however you feel comfortable in this world, do what you do. I've had experiences with fake bodies. I've had experiences with real bodies. Personally, I prefer the real body. Whatever you feel comfortable in, do it for yourself. You may hear these rappers, these politicians, these artists, these actors say their piece on how they feel about these artificial bodies.
Yeah.
It does not mean anything. However you feel and your partner feels, you stay with that sentiment. It doesn't mean anything to anyone else, but it does mean to you. I'm not going to tell you what you should do. I'm not going to tell you what you shouldn't do. I'm going to tell you what I prefer. That's
real.
All that shit is.
That's
what
real.
I prefer. Everybody is different. She's different. I'm different. You're different. He different. Everybody's different. Whatever that person prefers, you match up. If y'all don't match up, leave that motherfucker alone and move on with your life.
Boom.
And that's it.
Boom. Boom. I love it. I love it. Wow. So I know you're pretty busy. You got things to do, but I did want to ask, how is old man Ebro? How is he? Because he knows music. Damn, that's for damn sure. So like, he has a very respected opinion. I think I liked recently what he did. Like the most recent thing, I was like, oh wow, he like gave it a chance. Was Yachty, the whole Yachty. Like nobody takes these new kids coming out serious.
You're right.
I'm one of those people. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, just because hip hop to me is like, but I realized it takes on so many faces.
Yeah.
So now I was just like, all right. And then I went to Yachty concert. I began hell of accepting because he's a real dude. Like, he's a real kid. Like he's a genuine person too. Like he really cares about his fan group. Like he really cussed out a security guard. Like, don't you ever grab a child like that and get in my show?
As he should.
He said, you wouldn't be here if these kids wasn't paying. I wouldn't be here if these kids wasn't paying.
Right.
He shut the whole thing down. It was great. Brought the kid up on stage, performed. So my question to you is, who went in on him? It was Flex. Funkmaster Flex went in hard on Yachty, and he responded on Ebro's. He did a freestyle, and I was like, oh wow. Ebro let him come do a freestyle. That was interesting.
Flex, all right, so it's two different topics. So Flex is, one of the most, in my opinion, I'm not speaking for anybody else, and Flex is one of the most respected DJs, and we've had our respects, and I have my opinions about him, but I'm not going to front on who he is and what he's providing.
Resume is stupid.
Right. So Flex knows, we know what Flex is, we know who he is. Yeah. Right? So Flex has a right to feel about hip hop and the new guys and yada, yada, yada. Ebro feels the same way, but Ebro does it in a way where he's challenging the mindset of the new artist, right? He's trying to understand, like, where are you coming from? Do you understand your history? Do you understand your culture? Do you understand what your responsibility is as an artist?
Wow.
Some artists don't get it, other artists do. A lot of people do get it, a lot of people don't.
Okay.
And Ebro thrives off of that. You know, Ebro understands the mindset of what's going on. Like he knows he doesn't have to ask these questions, but if he does, it gets, you know, it gets a conversation going.
Right.
And the conversation is never bad, you know, in regards to what we're talking about in hip hop and, you know, a Lil Yachty, a Young Thug, a Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, like these guys, the conversation needs to be had, but we don't know who's going to have that conversation for them, who's going to bridge that gap.
Yeah,
and I feel like
true.
Ebro is that person that is trying to bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I talk to him a lot. Like, obviously we work together at Beats One, whatever. So like, if he'll tweet some shit or if a conversation's going on and he comes in and I'll ask him like, so what did you mean by that? Like, you know, what happened? He's like, listen, like, I'm just trying to have these conversations going. So at least at the end of the day, a conversation is had.
Yeah.
You know, like you cannot like Lil Yachty, you cannot like Kendrick, you cannot like Young Thug, you cannot like J. Cole, but at least a conversation is had. Yeah, talk about it. Whether it happens after that is on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all he wants is a conversation.
That's crazy.
He makes fun. It's fun for him.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit is fun for him. Like the whole Lil Yachty shit and the Migos shit.
Yeah.
And the old boy from Philly. What's the little young nigga for?
Uzi.
Lil Uzi Vert. All that shit is fun for him.
Yeah.
But he wants the conversation to be had. So knowing him and knowing what his logic is, I totally understand that. As us as consumers and us as influencers and creators and curators, whatever, we have to have these conversations. We have to bridge these gaps, and I think that's what he's trying to do as an OG, as a person of respect, as a person who's been in this game for 25 years. Like, he knows what he's doing.
See, that makes my whole perspective different.
He's looking at us. He's looking at me. He's looking at Elliot Wilson, whoever. Like, he's looking at these guys to have the conversation. Like, yo, bridge the gap. Because I know these songs go off in these parties. The Lil Yachty, the fucking Uzi Vert.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's nuts.
I know all of these shit go off, but at the same time, we have to talk to these kids. But on their end, they gotta respect the culture a little bit more than they're doing.
I think so too.
I feel like they're not respecting the culture. And I feel like Ebro is trying to bring that gap in.
I think people forget that, like, this is rap. Like,
Yeah.
it's a sport. You know what I'm saying?
It's a sport, but it's also a fucking part of your life. Like, you're making money off of this shit, so at least have respect from where it came from.
And it's an art form.
That's why Ebro gets upset.
Yeah.
That's why Flex gets upset. That's why these old niggas get upset, because you're not respecting what the culture
So it's
is.
just
That's
old
all.
nigga, young nigga shit. A matter of
Disrespect.
respect. Yeah.
You don't have to have bars. You don't have to have the 5 mic album. Just understand where it comes from. That's all it is. That's how I think that they're looking at it.
I think you're pretty accurate, to be completely honest. So my last question to you is, who's your, like, day to day in your headphones, or as you're going about your day?
Day to day, honestly.
At least right now.
Right now, either between Schoolboy,
Fuck with Schoolboy Happy.
Joe Budden,
Wow.
personal friend of mine, but you know, honestly, but and Pusha T and Jeezy. They always be like constantly, constantly in the playlist rotation. Like those guys, and no disrespect to like Drake, Cole, you know, whatever, Big Sean. Big Sean's another guy, but I can just also I always relate to what Joe's talking about. I always relate to.
That might be a Jersey thing.
Biased a little bit. But it's just like, and honestly, Drake talks about a lot of relatable shit. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know.
I mean, I think he gets people, men, in touch with that
he's
emotional side that niggas always try to do. You know what I'm saying? Niggas act like they don't get emotional about certain shit.
He's very, between him, Sean, Drake, and Bud, like, those are the most relatable guys. Like,
Okay, for you.
And the fictitious life, like, with, you know, Jeezy and Pusha T, like, I can live that. And
That's
obviously
great.
Cole, whatever, but like, Dre, Bud, and Big Sean, like, I can relate to them a little bit, you know, to the T.
Perfect. All right, man. Thanks for coming out. I know you're busy.
I appreciate
it.
My nigga.
You know, I'm gonna catch you at the
appreciate
next party. I ain't getting to the last one. You know, they be
Yeah.
shutting that shit so the fuck out, and I came too late on some dumb shit. But
That's cool, man. I appreciate that.
appreciate for coming out, man.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right. I used to wear
We about to find out right now. My man Lowkey. How you get the name Lowkey?
So when I was in college, I used to make beats, right? But I was such a forgetful nigga. I used to wear my keys around my neck, and I couldn't play the piano, so I used to call myself Key. So after that, my nigga used to work at Bad Boy as an intern, and I was working as an intern with him. So he fed me. This is when Mace was first coming back. So
wow.
He fed me Mace's album, right?
He sure shake, let it go.
So at that same time, I was at Howard, so I had a radio show. So he gave me his album. We was playing his show on the radio. So I added the whole low to the key part. And then like when I graduated, I started a website and I had like developed more relationships with the industry and I was getting more music that I wasn't supposed to have. So I called myself Lowkey. Then at the end of the day, when shit happened, after shit happened, I started calling myself Lowkey. Niggas like, yo, you out here hosting shit like you not Lowkey. Like everybody knows you like nigga, you not a Lowkey ass nigga.
Yeah.
So I just called. So that's pretty much how I started. Like from the producer shit to working at Bad Boy. So
you always kept shit low.
Always kept shit low.
Always kept shit low.
So now I think I'm gonna officially say now I'm taking the key off. So my official name right now is Low. Low. It's no more Lowkey, it's Low.
There we go.
So when you see me, address me as Low.
There we go. All right.